Today we're going to talk about probability, which would be lesson 2 for advanced math in chapter 15 or lesson 2 in regular math chapter 10. So the probability of an event is a number that measures the likelihood that the event will occur. Probabilities are between 0 and 1, including 0 and 1. The diagram below relates likelihoods above the diagram and probabilities below the diagram. So we can see here, we can see that at 0, it is impossible. It will never happen, which would be a 0% probability. Or if it's unlikely to happen, that would be in the range or close to 1/4 or 25%. And we can see here that, so these likelihoods are not exact, but we can see kind of where they would fall in the probability of 0 to 1. So as we become more certain, we're approaching that 1 or that 100%. We can write probabilities using fractions, decimals, or percents. Now, describe the likelihood of the event given its probability. So the probability that you land a jump on a snowboard is 1/2. Now, if we go back and look at our chart, we can see that 1/2 is here in the middle. So describing that likelihood would say that it is equally likely to happen or not happen. So what that's saying is it's equal chances either way. It could or it could not, and we're really in the middle on whether it's going to happen or not. So we're going to write in equally likely to or not to happen, since we're right in that middle, that 50% mark. There is a 100% chance that the temperature will be less than 120 degrees Fahrenheit tomorrow. So 100% is 1, so we are certain that is going to be cooler than 120 degrees tomorrow. So we are certain that that is the case. Now, finding the probability of an event. When all the possible outcomes are equally likely, the probability of the event is the ratio of the number of favorable outcomes to the number of possible outcomes. The probability of an event is written as P of the event is equal to the number of favorable outcomes over the number of possible outcomes. So for instance, in number 3, it says, in example 2, what is the probability of rolling a number greater than 2? So we're looking at this dice or this number cube here. So on a die, the numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 sides. So a number greater than 2. So we can say the probability of a number greater than 2 would equal. Now, the numbers greater than 2 on this die are 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that means there are 4 favorable outcomes. We know that there are 6 sides, so there are 6 possible outcomes. So the probability of greater than 2 is equal to 4/6, which can be reduced to 2/3. Now, in example 2, what is the probability of rolling a 7? So the probability of a 7 is equal to what? Is there a 7 on this number cube? Since there are not, the probability would be 0 out of 6 or 0. It is impossible to roll a 7 using this die. Now, in number 5, we're going to apply what we know about probabilities to decide what number we're going to use or how many possible or favorable outcomes there would be in a large group. So the probability that you randomly draw a short straw from a group of 75 straws is 1 in 15. How many of those straws are then short straws? So we know that the probability of short is 1/15. We need to use this to find how many short straws there are in 75. So we can set up the proportion, 2 fractions that are set equal to each other, and we can use that butterfly or cross products property to multiply and solve. 15 times s is 15s. 1 times 75 is 75. Now dividing both sides by the coefficient or the number in front of the variable, to find that there are 5 short straws.